afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast with your host, Pearl Dane. Master Propaganda here of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland, off here to 1 vs 1 on Nexus. In the west, it's Deimos fighting for king and country, the Commonwealth, the 11th Armoured. In the east, it's VonIvan again, yes, fighting for the Oberkommandist, Germany, Deutschland, the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade. Thing is, though, with basically I got the patch so hanging on my head at ready to strike at any point, meaning I could quickly lose all my replays. I got like a really good one. Sadly, normally I try and space this out a bit more, but the patch could, got, while I'm asleep or something, at which point, boom, it's all gone. So I kind of, just got a cast at the moment when I got it, so as to avoid that, because I think it'd be a really shame to miss out on this match. So we got Deimos here with the British triple sections. We got here special weapons, Royal Engineer tactical support with double section, and we also got medic bulletins, interesting enough, and we got here for now with Ovewatch and double infantry Goliath bulletins, double full screen is sitting out there for VonIvan and the German army. Triple sections there for Deimos. Got Sturmpanzer ready to be engaged by the section. The Lee Enfield rifles going off there against the Sturmpioniere. Force them to quickly fall back there. He could try and charge them, but there's a good chance that the section will just shoot them down. Usually with the Sturmpan, if you can get them closer, you have a reasonable good chance of beating this section, since assault rifles just tend to beat them, again, within the effective ranges. But right now the train is not quite there. As you might notice, Deimos is trying to move in such a wide arc as possible, but the Sturmpaniers can't close in on them. And he's also got troops here, meaning if VonIvan were to try and flank around the other way, he'd, run into trouble. There we go, full swing ahead. He's basically, I think, hoping that Deimos doesn't, focus them or whatever. And I was just from the full of this bait. Basically as bullet sponges for the Sturmpanies. It seems to work out there. Deimos immediately retreats, realises the situation is lost. He's got more sections nearby. Note, he's not just sending him in there piecemeal. He's sort of trying to, line up for a good attack. In this case, though, VonIvan gets a bit too eager, get too trigger happy, and he's immediately stopped here by the section. He's now Sturmpanies here, in actually in a pretty exposed position. So VonIvan there, I think, should have been a bit more cautious when that happens. Sometimes you just get carried away by any amount of successes in the early game. Folks are sitting northwards there. Universal careful up for Deimos. Standard stuff there. Sturmpioniere, there's the section here, and they're going to meet the retreats, knowing there's no chance in the 9 hells that he can actually stand up against double sections with the Sturmpanier squad at that range. Even if he's somewhere where to get them close without them taking any damage, the section at that point begin doing a lot of damage to them. Quick sandbags down in case of an expected German counterattack. Up north, we got the forces on the way here, grabbing points here and there, and certainly for the Allies, there was very much the expectation of counterattacks on the other team's ground, because, well, that was kind of part of the German doctrine, very much offensive. Even on the defense, you wanted to attack, you wanted to leave the bastards, reeling. Mexico moving in there, we got the forces section moving up here to back up here. In this case, VonIvan is trying now to aggressively swing at the axis here around, just, constantly bash his head into a wall there against Deimos. He is swinging about here. Note here he wasn't paying attention to the section moving down automatically to finish the other set of sandbags. Bit of an annoying thing, but it can happen, and clearly happened there to Deimos. But I'll wait, nice shift there by VonIvan. Again, he could just try and bleed himself dry there against the British grindstone, but instead he's actually trying to outplay his opponent there by heading northwards. Sabres there, he's got to take off for Deimos, trotting away for VonIvan. It's going to be Mechanized Regiment, who sort of go by the usual meta. I mean, VonIvan could try and, break them all, they go for battle group headquarters, but I suspect we're going to see Mechanized Regiment. Sturmpaniers moving out. Ovewatch, of course, has been selected here for VonIvan. I mean, in this regard, he's leaving no surprises as to what on earth he's going for. Sturmpanzer charging and catching a section a bad spot, quickly routing them. Section versus double full going to be, you can see that Deimos is a bit worried about that. He's still trying to buy time for more troops to arrive, which is not a bad idea. But certainly with this much infantry out from VonIvan, you might want to bring up a Vickers machine gun, even if, again, a lot of British players aren't keen on using the Vickers too much, similar to why a lot of Wehrmacht players aren't keen on getting too many MG42s, because it's really slow and awkward and doesn't work well with the infantry. So again, there's usually a great degree of hesitancy, unless you're absolutely forced with the British, to get the machine gun part, because the sections are usually good enough to carry it, whereas with the Grenadiers and the Wehrmacht, you can't only have an option, so you kind of have to go for at least one MG42. But there you go, Vickers is on the way for Deimos. He is very much just accepting that there is no getting around it this time with VonIvan. He has to get out a machine gun to put those hand bastards to the dirt. Heading southwards there, nice aggressive push there by VonIvan. And he's fighting to hold the north. He's hoping to either, successfully draw his opponent away from the centre north to the south, or he's opened up maneuver front in the south, and meaning he actually, concede the north to Deimos. So there's certainly a lot of options there. We got the first Goliath out here for VonIvan, and there's likely going to be a lot of them, since we have seen matches with that from VonIvan before. Stuart parties hoping they could surprise Deimos, but this time around with the Vickers scale on the Mascara, there was no such chance. Van going out off there. Lawrence catching on fire. And dying out. Heavy firepower, we got suppressive fire from the Universal Carrier there. In the south, continued grabbing points. Goliath tried to sneak up, side against it. In the south, Vickers swing up to deal with the Fulton Canadians. The heavy cover versus unit in the open. Unless someone is apparently sticking the head up too far, the Fulton should have a chance. Oh, Otto! Otto, you absolute nitwit. Yeah, there you go. Otto got the entire unit suppressed because he had to run out of cover. Otto. I hate it when that happens. Back here, troops reinforcing. Mechanized ranging up. Goliath. Oh, snuck up there on the Vickers machine gun. Nice play there. Is he actually going to sacrifice the Volkswagen Quartet? Yeah, I think he's going to do that. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, A denies opponent a machine gun, he'd get another one. So, I mean, in a sense, it kind of fits. And certainly if he can deny his opponent a machine gun at any point in the early game, that's going to be huge. So, I mean, I can see the logic in it. It's obviously expensive, but in some ways it's actually less expensive than he has to pay for the machine gun. So, it slightly works out. Troops are reinforcing. Sap setting up, Fulton jumping northwards again, sort of trying to again shift aggressively. He's trying to be hard there for Deimos to pin down to, because the thing is, if a British player can pin you down, they can usually beat you. Whereas the British, one of your best options, be that Oberkommandier's Wehrmacht, is to try and keep them, outmaneuvered, constantly sort of shift about, try to be fast, try to be nimble, don't try to slug it out with a Brit, or the Brit will slug you down. That tends to be, shall I say, the usual experience on my side. 6-pounder gun there for Deimos. He's obviously starting to worry about Luxus or Pumas. Most likely Luxus. Thus he's bringing up 6-pounder gun to deal with that, because if he doesn't, and VonIvan goes for it, which he's likely to, then Deimos will get punished. And if for whatever reason, VonIvan's gone for battle group headquarters on a flank half-tack, the anti-tank is still going to be nice, though less crucial. They're still very nice. Fulton going about, their Steel Punch grabbing the point here. They'll figure to use the Steel Punches rather than Fulton, since they know at these areas here, the Steel Punches are sort of be much more effective than the Fulton is Car 98K. Back here, nothing further going on there. As for Deimos' base, we got nothing further happening there either. We got grenades though, the Mills bomb. That's only going to prove to be a bit nasty there for VonIvan. He's not paying attention. He can call in Jaegers now he wants to. Section standing about. He looks like he might be planning something. We got more Goliaths for VonIvan. Sandbags here, rather close to Deimos' base. A bold statement there by VonIvan. Very bold. And he's going for the Puma. That's likely because he's anticipating that Deimos, in response to Lux, will then requisition an AC Mark III, and then get it. At which point Lux would be, not very good for VonIvan. So in this case, again, this is what you call the metagame. VonIvan's logical move is to just basically cut the middleman out and then go for the Pumas. It's going to counter the AC anyway. So it can still threaten infantry, by the way, so it's not all bad, though it's not looks amazing. Of course, also light vehicles, and even threaten medium armor. So, in many ways, it's a simple choice. Though, again, it's not as wildly effective as the infantry as it looks. We got the machine gun here, they're hammering away there on the troops, suppressing them. Need to get the machine gun crew out there fast. Up north there, he's continuing to hold the line there for Deutschland. And we got the 234-2 out here for VonIvan, for the German army. Getting there with a 15mm gun and a practice machine gun. Fun fact about the Puma, the turret was actually taken from a scrap reconnaissance tank project known as the Leopard. Section there heading pretty hard against VonIvan, who's trying to there goes Section versus the Goliath, and the Section retreats. This is obviously they stand no chance against the Goliath. Northeast, Steel Punch continue to keep the area here. Tommy Frey. And the south, the Puma struck a bit there. We got the 6-pounder gun moving up. We got no samples near with an anti-tank grenades, and that way, disable the Puma, but still. Might keep VonIvan there a bit cautious. Sappers up north are about to go wiped out, which would hurt Deimos just a tad. We got weapon racks, and we got boats and sections. He's committing a lot there to his infantry upgrades at the moment, but we haven't seen anything sort of further there from Deimos. No doctrines either, though. If he's committing that much infantry, I'd almost say special weapons for the tank hunters infantry sections could be an idea. Plus tank hunters quickly ready to go for the Puma. There you go. We've got the AC Mark III on the way there for Deimos for the British Army. VonIvan himself is with the 107th Panzer Brigade. Clearly backed up by the armoured elements, since a Panzer Brigade would not have access to armoured cars, since that wasn't really part of the job description. They were usually sort of designed for fighting on the Eastern Front, basically slowing down and stopping Soviet armored assaults for launching a swift armored full-on counterattack, against them. They're actually based on sort of the German, shall we say, strategic research doctrine they sort of want to set up there, which by the way does not reflect them actually, but that's sort of how the Panzer Brigade sort of worked on. So these armoured Kampfgruppen, those just meant to be quickly thrown into the fight and sort of stop it based off those experiences. The Panzer Brigades were risen up. Problem was, A, they didn't have enough time to train, and B, the vast majority of them, with the exception of a few Panzer Brigades, were all committed against the Americans and the British, which they were not designed for. So a lot of them did not do particularly well. The 107th Panzer Brigade, but I was one of the few that actually did well. So little fun story time there with Mr. Dane. Now he is following up with the looks after the Puma here. He could also just try and take a hit, but he clearly wants the looks out there, but at the same time he wants the Puma to guarantee himself he's not going to completely stomped in by a AC Mark III. We got more Goliaths on the way there. Vickers here that needs to get away. Oh, he's going to lose that. I think he's going to lose it. He's too slow. Then we got the Vickers flying out the flank here, plus a lot of other firepower there, so bit of a blow there to VonIvan and the 107th Panzer Brigade. AC was the Puma. Bit too close there perhaps for the Puma though. 6-pounder gun moving in. Puma shoots, misses. Noting here the Deimos is very much here attacking straight into VonIvan. Even if we found the north, which is very poorly defended, wide open. I mean, Goering's snack bar is more better defend the north right now. Goliath sneaking up there. Nice use of the training to try and get it close. Ooh, went off too early though. Had he gotten it close, that could have been the 6-pounder gun down, and that would have been, of course, pretty big. Oh, main gun out on the Puma. Can he hit with the 6-pounder gun? Nope, doesn't get it still. Nasty engagement here, but at the same time though, I mean, Deimos is not actually advancing any terrain in his flank. He's steeply exposed. I mean, if I were to hit with a lot of infantry or other elements here from the rear, it could actually spell a pretty bad situation here for Deimos. I mean, the looks here could probably end up doing a lot of damage with the infantry. There you go, we got the infantry now rushing in here, slowly pressuring Deimos' flanks. He's calling in the tank hunter sections now. But still, the situation here is not good. I mean, usually, even if you do a lot of damage to your opponent, but if you're not actually gaining any ground from it, it's usually not that amazing. And that's kind of the issue right now here for Deimos. He's doing damage to VonIvan, he's damaging armoured cars, he's murdering infantry, but he's not gaining any ground. In fact, he's losing it. So Deimos, he needs to work hard here to sort of reverse this, and again should probably just consider changing his path of attack rather than just constantly trying to charge into this buffer zone, hoping that eventually he'll grind VonIvan down and push through it, in which case sure, but the question is at what cost and what point is then gain how much. We could probably just use his resources more efficiently elsewhere. I mean, that's usually, so to say, one of the higher sort of elements of company who's knowing, at the high levels when to attack, when to back off, when to just shift the entire thing. And you look for better paths with less resistance. And of course, again, this is kind of where the bits sort of struggle. So again, this is where I try to exploit. As you can see there, what VonIvan so far is doing recently. Now we can see Deimos is realizing, hang on, I gotta go elsewhere. Otherwise, there won't be any tea for me. Again. You see this guy needs some repairs. Got the looks moving up here. Anti-tank gun is no within range. Got the Puma setting out again there. 1 kill, 1 star. Seizing the northern fuel point. 6-pounder gun being hauled forwards. At this rate, Deimos might want to consider, and even he's got the AC to back up the 6-pounder gun. I mean, double anti-tank guns could prove useful there. And we got VonIvan setting up with a Schwerer Panzer Hauptkreuz here by the looks of it. Right by his munitions and cut-off point there. Not getting too far away this, since of course the risk is it being hard to defend, and more easily just taken up by a pair of anti-tank guns, or even one anti-tank gun by Deimos and the 11th Armoured. Looks moving against the Sherman, the sections, not Shermans. The British did lose a lot of Shermans. But, that's another story. In the south here, points being grabbed. We got this Goliath and Highland. We got the Puma sitting out there for the glorious Faserland. Up north here, section retreating back to the, so far, stand-in British Empire. In the south, got the Puma going in there, crashing cover. And going to try and turn that section running. Crash machine gun, they're doing a bit of damage there. Shots fired and mostly missing. Got an infantry one way for VonIvan to help contain Deimos' infantry. And there you go, 6-pounder gun on the job. Volksco sitting out. Points there being seized back by Germany. And we got the mechanized rating repairs up there to help fix up VonIvan's looks without him having to manage it, which is usually one of the big advantages of this one. It's not just you get a bunch of guys who can just repair your stuff, and if they keep getting killed, they can just pretty much replace it. It's just, you have to manage this, which allows you to focus more on the front line, and that's actually a pretty big deal. Very big one. And it's probably one of the biggest advantages from it. It's just less management. It's also why, you know, the American self-repair in their stuff is really powerful, even if some people seemingly don't acknowledge it, because it means they have to manage less, a lot less. Section there almost taken out by Stone Pine. Squad Marcel up dead here with a few bullets in the back. But there you go, Universal charging in, noting ace level here. Luke's charging in for the center. Bit risky there by for now. There goes straight to the 6-pounder gun number 2. As Deimos has realised he's going to need more than one anti-tank and turn this out. Oh, Luke's down. That's a bit of a blow there. 2 for VonIvan and the 1 and 7th Band Brigade. 6-pounder gun about to go down. There you go, heavy damage as well. He's got the Puma in from the flank here, catching Deimos down the bat spot. There you go, AC down and Luke's for an AC. Not entirely sure that's a fully good trade here. But for now, particularly seems to have lost the full squad as well, at which point it becomes actually a bit of a bad trade. And there you go. Damage engine on the Puma. And if he loses the Puma, that's going to be horrific there for VonIvan. I mean, not only did he lose his looks, he lost the Puma and for a single AC. And again, probably also full going to be squad. So right now, VonIvan is just taking an absolute brow beating. He thought he had, you know, Deimos by the balls. As it turned out, it wasn't the balls he had him by. It was the ankles. And Deimos was wearing steel toe reinforced boots, and he stepped pretty hard on VonIvan there. Troops are reinforcing, pushing the south here with double section. The one on this the anti-tank section. We've got the the Universal carrying in there with the Vickers K. I still don't know if they actually used the Vickers K. They probably would have, but I think they were more commonly using, you know, heavy machine guns like the Vickers or, you know, the water-cooled one. Or even the 50 caliber machine gun mounted on them, since the British also, you know, got some of theirs. Still, VonIvan is not about to get intimidated by these losses. He just pushes forward for the German army and hopes he can bluff his way here through Deimos. Got the MD-34 Prime Salving 5 first troops against Deimos' southern forces. Also pushing north with Scoot there. And Deimos needs to be careful just next thing again, just pushing his head into a wall, hoping that somehow British stubbornness can, you know, break down brick and mortar. So far that has yet to succeed, despite how much they're trying to right now with the whole Brexit thing. Because their 6-pounder gun moving up, 6 moving up, the Bren guns is, you know, finally got some more firepower for those Tommies against those dastardly hands. More Goliaths for VonIvan, noting your horse with all the Goliaths. He's not able to upgrade any of his full guns with assault rifles, which of course means that Deimos now with bolted section with Bren guns might just be a tad better equipped here than VonIvan. And that could prove a bit of a problem there for VonIvan after some of these other losses. But VonIvan can soon turn this all around with a single Panzer IV, or, you know, Panther. As for Deimos, I mean, he could just try and stall for the Crocodile, or he could just, you know, try and push up medium armor before that. But there you go, VonIvan is going for the Panzer IV, the Panzer come fucking fear. You said Young Piston rounds here, but sadly not quite enough there. On the other hand, the Goliath is going to do it, I think. Head on assault there against the Incendiary Arm Piston round, firing MD-34 is not going to do this in the reverse camera. There you go, pull back, got anti-tank going northwards, Panzer IV slowly around there for VonIvan and the 1 and 7th French Brigade. Which actually would take the only equipped with Panthers and Yak Panzer IVs. But, you know, details. But that's sort of the case of the, shall we say, first series of Panzer Brigades, which sort of cover roughly first from 100 to I think 110 or 109. Basically, they had Panthers, Yak Panzers, fully armoured half-tracked infantry units. I think it was just a single battalion though. Later ones had to do with trucks, maybe they still had some half-tracks, Panzer IVs and Stugs. There might also been talk about a third series, but I haven't quite seen any sort of organisational details for that one. I'd love to if there was one third series. Big push here, the Sturm Party was there against the section. Quick pop Mills bomb here, try and break up his force assault, and there you go. 1 Mills bomb, courtesy of Winston Churchill. Universal's carrying up the section, moving over the Bren guns. Quickly making use of the cover here to assail Deimos' position. Here we got the Panther moving through the south, no pin mark machine gun. Machine gun there covering up here. He's probably, I think, trying to himself up against any sort of south flank there from Deimos, poking up behind VonIvan's forces. But so far, though, Deimos has not exactly been a wild flanker. And the Universal Care, they're definitely not really flanking at all, since they just got hit by an armor piercing round. And, well, the entire thing got lit on fire. We also got Sabbath here with the Piats. Folks are doing what they can there. Trotting away there for now, like it's going to be a battle group headquarters. Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. Healing, but also like setting up for King Tiger in the longer run. Flares keep exploding there in the south, and you've heard before they're hammering away. Go on the northern point here. Noting we actually now got a few units equipped here with assault rifles for VonIvan. Just a few. And certainly on the thing about the Panther Brigades was actually one of the first formations to be more heavily equipped with assault rifles, at least on paper. As always, when it comes to those things, on paper. And of course, paper and reality, when in particular by 1944 and later 1945, not exactly things that always matched in the German army. Hell, a lot of the other armies I think were also struggling. At least the Soviets were, I think, struggling with it to some degree, particularly numbers, sort of paper numbers. I think the British were also struggling with the numbers. Panzer was the section, hammering away, 6 Pentagon landing, and I see on the Panzer IV, piercing the frontal armour with ease. In the south again, VonIvan once more trying to flank through here. In this regard, certainly you can sort of see things stand out there between VonIvan and Deimos. VonIvan just generally more tends to flank, whereas VonIvan or Deimos just tends to look out, frontal assault all the time. Which occasionally works out, but at the same time it does mean he tends to make very slow progress at times. Crocodile on the way there for Deimos, one of Hobart's funnies as they were known. Basically a series of specially constructed armor pieces to help deal with any obstacles during the initial stages of Normandy. As they're landing there. They'll flank back there. I think also on Hobart's funnies though. Might be rolling there. Are they rolling out their line for gun for VonIvan here with the Crocodile out? I'm not entirely sure that's the optimal idea here. Of course I might be missing out on something here, some brilliant opportunity that VonIvan has spotted, but at least from my perspective it seems a bit silly. Still Panzer Force 3 up quarters there, pushing back the Crocodile here. Deimos is clearly not intending to risk that one, and he quickly pulls it back. Sampers nearby of course with the Piets. Got some minor defense in the south of a machine gun and an anti-tank gun. Well, Deimos is not a big flanker himself. He's clearly aware of VonIvan's capability for it, and so he's trying to set up a position. And it's going to be a bit difficult there for VonIvan to say just rush in a few units and just grab it. More sappers for Deimos. Line of gun there for VonIvan. Basil briefly making some really weird sounds before just meowing regularly. Big push there by VonIvan, a large force of infantry. Backed up by machine guns, and of course we got the Panzer IV, they're hanging back as well. Directly on the folks there by the Crocodile, laying down a carpet of fire to prevent further penetration there by the German infantry as it falls back to further defensible positions. Troops reinforcing. No tech yet there for Deimos. He probably should consider that as soon as he can bring up more armor to back up his Crocodile. For now, he's beginning to dig in, and he might be starting to realise he's actually a bit vulnerable here, and if he loses that one, he could actually lose opportunity with the Crocodile down the road, and of course risk getting swarmed by tanks, which would be pretty bad news for VonIvan and the German army. In the north, though, we finally got something more happening here. Note he's actually laying down here mines in preparation of a counter-attack. He's hoping that VonIvan gets aggressive with the Panzer IV, in which case charges into the mine, and then gets hit with anti-tank and MP at fire. So nice setup there by Deimos. Big push into the south. Note again, he's taking a very deep flanking path. He's expecting something to defend here, at least anticipating, so he's going to make a deep flank there. Nice work for VonIvan. Troops in northwards there, or at least panzers in northwards there. Bit of infantry following up there. 6 gun shooting missing. Piets moving up there as well. Shots fired here. Sappers moving in. Directed here from the 6 gun. Not quite close enough to pop anything there to deal with it though, to damage his engine. He's also making use of the train here to more safely escape with the Panzer IV. Good use of training there by VonIvan. And again, we got the southern deep flank force. He might have. You want to be really cautious to also send some further deeper in here just in case. Hits a mine though. Clearly, Deimos is prepared here. The north of the Crocodile throws a bit of wrench into VonIvan's plans here. Again, he's got only the Panzer IV fully stopped. Now we got a Jagdpanzer with. That's good, but there you go. Machine gun right here in the south. The assault continues. Got the machine gun there being slowly outmaneuvered, and Deimos takes the full acceptance of the situation and retreats the machine gun rather than risk losing it to Harry Han there. And now VonIvan's Schwerpunted quarters is getting the Jagdpanzer 4, but it's rather exposed. You can see the Deimos is holding in his anti-tank and trying to put an end to it. We got the line gun nearby. I think he's going to smoke it here. Nice maneuver there. The problem is there's still just the other two anti-tank guns. So if he just smokes here, the other anti-tank guns will still have the ability to shoot at it quite easily. So right here, VonIvan's brilliant plans. Well, plans anyways. Well, rather put to stop the also got the machine gun drop dart. So that's a bit of a blow there to VonIvan. Of course, this is where the battle group headquarters does come in play. He does have, in that sense, a plan B, specifically a plan Tiger B, as it's also known. And basically means he's going to be heading back at Deimos now with the King Tigers of the Jagdpanzer. Obviously, again, he wasn't planning as the King Tigers like his main plan, but it's there now once he's lost the Schwerpunted quarters and the possibility of getting a Jagdpanzer. It's not like he's just, being silly trying to go for a King Tiger right away. He acted at this planned out sensibly. Double cannon method for VonIvan, very good, and the south point's being secured.
Anti-tank rockets on the field.
More cannon method there for VonIvan. We also, of course, got here a sector assault ready in case of an actual assault. It either needs to conduct or break up. It's very good at either, as long as you know how to use it. Victory points wise is 323 versus 97, seizing the southern points here.
A capture point is being overrun.
And we finally got takeout there for Deimos. Very good, very good. Focusing and there you go, sector assault here in this case. I think it's mostly just to support and push here for the center, trying to disrupt Deimos right now by timing to bring up whatever he wants to. You can see exactly he's causing a bit of consternation for Deimos and the 11th Armored as his Crocodile's suddenly being pushed back. His infantry is also a bit exposed there. Pinned down to the ground. No mercy from the Luftwaffe. Line's gone there with 1 kill so far. Panther 4 slowly rolling ahead here, staying within a reasonable distance. He doesn't want to risk, I think, getting hit by a mine and suddenly a parent tank and just pummels away this Panther 4, leaving it a smoking hulk of scrap metal, which is not going to help VonIvan in the slightest. Section moving ahead, they're straight into the Panther 4 and the direct hit here snuffs out Lawrence's life. Well, Terran's actually. Lawrence is already dead. Although there could be more than one Lawrence in the battlefield. There could be more than one. Although they could already be all dead. At least in this sector. It would lead to the great Lawrence shortage of 1944 though. When the British Army ran out of men called Lawrence. Panzer 4 there being fixed up. The Kennev hanging back. Stjornpani is retreating. Crocodile there, slowly lumbering ahead there. Note actual crocodiles would have a little trailer behind them with more flamethrower fuel, which of course was a bit risk, but a bit more difficult to get that to work properly in a game when the pathing's already a bit dubious. But there you go, folks there assailed here by the crocodile, immediately awash in an inferno, which they do not like. VonIvan is slowly approaching the King Tiger, the Königstiger here, but for now he is very much at the tender mercies of Deimos' crocodile. That thing is not very tender. It does leave its victims very tender, not extra crispy. Troops in a bit of trouble here. Like Piet's flying away there. Fulton's flanking him, backed up, but more Fulton has got the 6-pounder gun covering up here again as well. Crocodile takes him down. We could see a Panther fast here. There go Damage engine on Deimos' crocodile. Veteran 2 gained. Samples with Piets and Mines was here fighting against the Huns in the centre. In the north, the Kerens Routies. He's still not really trying any sort of deeper flanks there again for VonIvan. Back here, Panther forcing repairs from the Mechanized Regiment headquarters. King Tiger wise, we are in terms of fuel 1 minute away. Manpower wise, he is, well, at least 2 minutes, probably 2.5. But probably it's going to be a bit longer since he still has to save up the manpower. And obviously, can't just save manpower easily with all the infantry he's got. He might try though, but it does mean in the meanwhile, if Deimos catches onto them, then he can just quickly push it all ground and set it up for the King Tiger. Section right in the south, machine gun here on a fire from the British anti-tank section there. So against the MG-34, they've got still running down. Ooh, close one there. Crocodile moving in, and 19 kills, Veteran 2. Double wicket never hits there, reminding the Crocodile crew it's just not cricket, because cricket does not involve anti-tank weapons or tanks. There have been a few cases where there's been attempts to include those in cricket. First in 1954 and then in 1967. Respectively the French and the Belgians. Both times they were ruled. Sappers here, the rest of the Fulton companies charging in there. Gonna pop a quick incendiary grenade there against the Sappers. Need to retreat there. Back here, troops reinforcing. Panther's good to go there for VonIvan. Now the deep flank here by VonIvan. Chancing an opportunity. We got a trench down there. Not a bad idea there by Deimos, though, of course, again. We can see he's brought up mines here to sort of try and cut the flanking eventuality. He gets flanked here, so good work. But, you know, minesweepers. One flaw of the plan. One flaw. I don't think VonIvan's realised what's going on. I was probably could have pushed in towards the trench faster and pushed away there entirely. North those are the Panther 4 pushes to deal with even an assault from Deimos. A lightly supported force here. Panther 4 should be able to easily dispatch that with violence. 6 Panther guns holding up there. And there you go. VonIvan's finally calling the King Tiger the Tiger 2 or the Tiger B. Equipped with a high velocity 88mm gun. Made by Krupp. Along with the turret. Jump as riding by the Crocodile, half health, well halfway to veteran 3, but also half health. What a coincidence. Panther 4 falling back there, halfway to veteran 3 up north. We got a bit of defensive lining here by VonIvan, a thin line which theoretically with good rigorous assault could be broken by Deimos, but so far again he's not quite there. He's being sort of dragged away here by VonIvan's incessant flanking, poking and prodding. Should the pin line machine to the Panther 4, the King Tiger, I mean the Panther 4's already got one. Creeping up here for the centre, possibly home to look and spot, you know, Crocodile unwarily, you know, set a battle. Maybe even a medium tank. Crocodile almost good to go. King Tiger there hanging back for now. Reinforcing. Note the traction in the trailer was one of the more common attempts by crews to sort of, shall we say, improve the armor on a tank. They're throwing those out on the tank, you know, since you've had some spare lying around. There could also be other sorts of spare equipment, whilst uncommon. Other messages involved sandbags or tree logs, and some just straight up welded more armor to the tanks. I believe the American crews were keen on doing that with the Shermans, actually create improvised jumbo Shermans. We got Crocodile here though. There's the King Tiger Kedna over there. Quickly push back, got air support here as well. Colin, that's VonIvan launches another sector assault here with the support of the Luftwaffe. Kanonenvogel shattering the ground with their 30mm cannons there, or at least attempting to. Forcing here Deimos to fall back pretty rapidly. Ooh, main gun out here, got the Firefly moving up. But Deimos is very much lacking in air support up north. Those way could probably sort of switch attempting against sort of dealing with VonIvan, but we'll have to see what actually does it. King Tiger moving ahead here. Sturmpani seeing the way he's probably wants to ensure he doesn't get hit by a mine, at which point again his King Tiger quickly fall down to a paramount tank guns and, you know, a Firefly. I don't think he's aware right now that Deimos has put up a Firefly, though obviously he might be expecting it. He might just be expecting it.
Supply is looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
Bit of quiet here is basically Deimos is waiting for that one, I think, to pass over. Also he's launching an ultimate assault, but he's also waiting for his armor to get fixed up, so. But no, this time he seems to have slightly learned by VonIvan. He's actually going for a deeper flank here. Very good. Learning from your opponent is, you know, never a bad idea. Sometimes they do some pretty clever stuff, and trying to understand what they're doing there and then replicate that can be a pretty good way of improving at the game yourself. So, cheers to learning. One of the reasons why I'm going to do this stuff, to help you people learn, to get better at the game. Section moving out there, hitting points. 6 Panther gun following up. More sappers up. We also got the others upgrade to heavy sappers, giving, you know, a bit more here and there, including a Vickers K. And there you go, King Tiger going for a Crocodile, taking a hit by Kedma backing up. We got Ace. Oh, that's very good too. Actually, I got a bit too excited there. Heavy hits on the Crocodile, almost taking out King Tiger, pushed back there by anti-tank fire up north. Panther 4, they're flanking up behind the anti-tank gun. Nice play, they're clearing it out. Outmaneuvering their Deimos, was not anticipating that. We got the anti-tank section there moving in, but he's in a bad spot. We've got Steel flanking the section there, pushing it back. Could see a wipe here. Section there, almost down. Tank gun's going up there. They might get off an anti-tank grenade. There you go. Damage, Panther 4 again, but the section there could go down to the Germans in the centre. The situation is slowly buckling there, and the far south section there being flanked in the trench. It could pop an incendiary grenade there, maybe, although there's still a mine in the way, which for now failed to clear. Brandhunt gone out in here in the centre. Crocodile moving ahead, but it's very, very, very low on health here. Deimos is pushing his luck to its very limits. Panther wall being fixed. Bit of quiet here, bit of skirmishing. I was kind of trying to figure out a metaphor to how to describe how far he was pushing his luck here with this. The best way to come up with, like, if he was an incredibly obese man and his luck was a shirt, the shirt was about to pop every single button there. You know, too small shirt. So, you know. Have that one. Troops are reinforcing, sitting about, seizing points here. VonIvan is in a pretty strong position again. Deimos is struggling to keep up with the pace of VonIvan and the sheer maneuvering here, and even when he's just understands exactly what VonIvan is doing and trying to replicate, it's not quite the same there, and VonIvan just, you know, hits back there with the Panther 4. Close to veteran through there, more Goliaths for VonIvan, more trucks as well. He's like going to go for another Belgian pit or Schwer Panzer quarters. Firefly there, did some damage, half health though. Hasn't done enough though to really sort of, you know, leave a dent there in VonIvan. Taking in the Bren guns with the anti-tank. I've got the Sturmpanzers in the fire. Bit of damage there being inflicted for good old King George. In the centre, slow movement here. We got the King Tiger holding back, still awaiting repairs. Hang on, I just got to pacify bastards. Never mind. He seems reluctant. Damn cat. Crocodile himself is there again. We got some more attempts to maneuver him with Deimos, but will it be sufficient? Will it be enough? Will it be smart enough? We can soon go for another Firefly. I mean, 2 Fireflies plus anti-tanks and whatnot. A Crocodile could perhaps give VonIvan a bit of a hard time. Never mind, he's just charging towards us now with the Crocodile. Needs a bit more alpha. There we go. The Kettle is opening up. There we go. Ace level Crocodile, but there you go. Goliath as well going for it, and there you go. Anti-tank gun, which he stole from Deimos. Also there opening up, and Crocodile there in a matter of moments suffering incredible amounts of damage there. He's going to have to immediately repair that one. Fighting around here as well. Troops not making much progress. Northwich, he can't push through to the Panther 4. And so far, VonIvan's clearly not worried about it. Firefly there opening up the King Tiger. Penetrating there with a 17-pounder gun. Mounted. Pushing towards the Nibby. Kevin cleared out. He could try and steal that, though he might want to pop a grenade down the chaps first. Flares popping off there. And yeah, grenades off. They can't grab the Kedden. I've said it's VonIvan in the dust there under Deimos' nose. Another grenade here, I think. Nope, no grenades, no grenades. Firefly moving up to engage the King Tiger, and close one. No, I think he can't see it due to the wall there. And another Firefly there for Deimos and the 11th Armoured, as VonIvan and the 107th Panther Brigade pretends to be a big nuisance. Crocodile good to go once more here for Deimos and the British Army. Back here, troops healing enforcing. King Tiger could do with some light repairs. 4 kills, close to veterancy 1.
75 points remaining.
75 points left. Deimos needs to speed up the schedule here for victory, liberation, and tea. And biscuits. Forces up to flanking against the Firefly. Smokescreen here to help support an assault. That's not a bad idea there. Not a bad idea at all there on my Deimos, though the infantry I think could have been a bit further forwards. Either way, seems like the assault was already withering, and of course now VonIvan's using the smoke to hide a Goliath in it, the cheeky bastard. Clever though, clever. Further damage here, Crocodile taking shots, Firefly's going to get some repairs. Up north, got infantry pushing forward here for Deimos. They need to be mindful of course that. Firefly almost done there for Deimos, though I don't think he actually has enough population to do it. Crocodile taking damage, England came cleared out, there you go, Firefly out. Up north here, taking fire from the Panther 4, casualties already piling up in the face of the German Panzerwaffe. In the centre, the King Tiger bursts through here. There we go. Heavy fire down the King Tiger. 2 Tula rockets to the front. Plus the 17-pounder gun shots and whatnot. King Tiger there blitzing forwards. He doesn't care. We got the Panther coming from the north as well here. VonIvan is going for a killing blow. He's going to try and end Deimos here. And now, like an overused meme, he is going for the kill. This Deimos in this case represents the overused meme, not VonIvan. Panther 4 to open up. He knocked out close to 2. King Tiger there going for the Firefly. Number 2 still. Cost him his ace, Panther 4, but he did get the... Oh, not ace, that's the 3 only. But he did get the ace Crocodile, which is pretty helpful there for VonIvan. He might still lose the King Tiger if he's not careful. Firefly, so trying not to be caught in the line of fire of the King Tiger. Shot missed there, but unfortunate. VonIvan does seem to be able to salvage his King Tiger here. That's them moving about. Brutal engagement here. Sorry about that. Just Basil being Basil. Actually, some of you should be used to by now. 6-pounder gun opening up there. Inch enough. I mean, he's mostly scissor force back for now. He's all taking loss himself, so he's kind of, I think, missing out on him to maybe just try and push rear for VonIvan. And the north is open. You could even try and pop in a half track just trying some infantry fast, and that way look to push the pace here versus VonIvan. You definitely should consider more armor, and you also need to keep his Fireflies safe. I mean, this one is deeply exposed, I think. Right now, it's going for Deimos. He's trying to manage too much, and that's leaving openings here, which VonIvan could exploit against him. We got a Panther on the way there for VonIvan. Very good. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of the Fatherland. And battle has now been successfully pacified, at least for now. He looks content. He looks happy. As he should. Panther on the way there for VonIvan still. Halfway down, more Cromwells on the way there for Deimos. First Firefly fixed up. Second one's going to need some repairs. And we got there VonIvan's King Tiger on the move again. Still no pinlock machine added to it. Bit of a shame there. Deimos' north push there didn't quite fare as well. We got a machine on the way there. His tank hunter section went in first, which obviously aren't the best assault infantry. In the centre here, King Tiger pushed away the troops. We got the Panther out there as well, leaving VonIvan now with a strong armoured force once more. And he's not quite going around this from repairing the Firefly. We got leaving just one now to contend with the King Tiger. Looks like VonIvan's going to try for a kill here. Shot bounced in here. That's about right there for Deimos' Firefly. There you go, King Tiger. Gains 32. Firefly there taking heavy damage here from German firepower. Missed hit there. Is lucky there for Deimos. Other Firefly moving out, and there you go. Goes down to the King Tiger. Cromwell rushing northwards to try and push way through VonIvan's northern defences. That's a very good move there. He's not going to be able to have much there in the south anyways. Centre, south, west for now. Cromwell there falling back. Panther, King Tiger there. Panther basically carrying the retreat of the King Tiger. Nice set up there tactically off VonIvan. Deimos is struggling a bit here. He's struggling a bit. He needs to come up with some clever tactics. He's down to 18 points as VonIvan's 251. Goliath on the way there for VonIvan again. He truly believes in the majestic explosive power of the Goliath. Directly in the Cromwell, anti-tank on the fire. Firefly setting out. King Tiger being fixed up. 10 points left here for Deimos. And the anti-tank crew there got executed. Swiss style, that is in the back. King Tiger moving ahead here, Veteran 2. Big push here with a lot of sections. Forcing away there VonIvan's forces there, saving the anti-tank and from being scavenged, then turned into resources of the German army. Machine gun hammering away there. We got close to Veteran 4 on that one. Troops there flanking the machine gun, pushing away. We got King Tiger there watching around the centre. Yak Panzer there for VonIvan. Bit of quiet here, except for Basil's purring. Because he's a happy cat. Panther being fixed up. Yak Panther there halfway down for VonIvan and the German army, the Deutsche Armee. And holy smokes, that was a great hit on the Sabres, almost taking out an entire unit with a single shell. Machine gun crew, but that probably should get out of there before the King Tiger ends that. And it got ended. So hits it to the Firefly, pushing it down to half health. Sam standing about. We got 9 points left in for Deimos versus VonIvan's 234. Keeps pushing northwards there. King Tiger there, watching how the centre still forming up a strong point, a heavily armoured mobile bunker. Ooh, that was nasty, almost a wipe. Now it's likely going to be a wipe there against Deimos and the British Army. Or not, maybe? Apparently Lady Fortune there favoured Deimos just a tad. Cromwell to the rescue though. Need to cover not to staying too far and get Panther fast, in which case the Panther's going to finish off. 6 points going to clear out as well. Bit of bad news there for Deimos and the British Army. Interesting enough, I mean, the south is wide open here for now. Please just push into it, but so far VonIvan seems to be not quite interested in it, or he's just forgotten about it. That's certainly a possibility here with all that's going on. Firefly moving up. Goliath charging in here, and oh, section wipe here. The casualties were swiftly piling up here against Deimos all of a sudden, as things are falling apart. As he's desperately trying to salvage the situation, he's causing him to slightly increase the number of mistakes he's making, and VonIvan is just exploiting them. There we go. Panther down. King Tiger moving northwards. 212 versus 9 still. 11. And it goes charging. He's going to go for the Firefly. He's going to get caught up though by the Piets and whatnot. They can actually do a lot of damage very fast if he gets caught up in it. He's not careful. Yak Panther moving up. Some light damage so far though. And anti-tank and recruit right in front of the mercy of the King Tiger. Inch enough he's not. Oh, well, he might have used some of them. There you go, popping another anti-tank grenade. There going on the rear, and all of a sudden that's going to quickly, there you go, as you see, add up to it. Anti-tank also manages a bit of damage, but it's really in the end the Piets is going to do the most hit from the rear. He might just end up losing the King Tiger. He's got VonIvan down to 200, 199, but still only at 9. King Tiger's main gun is out though. That's going to be the blow there to VonIvan and the German army. He's only got the Yak Panther on the end. Deimos only got 2 Sabre sections, as infantry section, and the Cromwell here. And VonIvan has a lot more infantry and support weapons. So the situation with Deimos, while in some way might seem to have mildly improved, has not exactly improved a lot.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Cromwell moving about there. Cromwelling about there. We got 6 points left here for Deimos. Crushing VonIvan's infantry beneath its treads. 4 points left. Deimos is wildly charging in here. 3 points left. 2 points left. Oh, I don't think Deimos can make it. No matter how much he wants to believe. And GG, game over. Loss here for Deimos. A victory for VonIvan. A brutal fight here on Nexus with a lot of turnaround moments and some nasty flanking, and certainly showing the power of maneuverability versus your opponent. Deimos in that case I think struggled at times with VonIvan keeping up his pace and also just flanking, and that I think allowed VonIvan in some case to sort of slowly win out the match, even if he made some mistakes here and there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.